What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this new episode of Restorations with Vic. What I have for you guys today are these Air Jordan Black Flip 3s. A few weeks ago, I took care of the white ones. Now it's time to take care of the black ones. This shoe is super dusty and filthy all around. We're gonna go in using some Reshoevn8r products and bring this shoe back to life. The elephant print on this shoe is super toasted, so we're gonna bring it back as well. We're gonna repaint the entire midsole, remove the yellowing off the soles, remove the creasing, and do any other touch-ups this shoe needs, like for example, touch up this back tab. We got some work ahead of us, guys, so let's get started. To get started, for this cleaning, we're gonna put this shoe to the side since we're only gonna be cleaning the right shoe. Off camera, I went ahead and took out the shoelaces. What we're gonna be using is our 3-brush advanced salon system. We will be using all 3 brushes, our solution, our shoe tree, our bowl, detergent, and our sneaker laundry bag. The first step we gotta do, since we already got our shoelaces out, is pop out our insole. Next, we're gonna grab our bowl of water, grab our solution, and pour 2 squirts. Now let's grab our shoe tree, adjust it to size, and pop it in the shoe. Good to go with that. We got the shoe tree inside the shoe. We got the solution in the bowl. Let's go ahead and start cleaning this shoe. The first brush we're gonna be using is our stop bristle brush. We're gonna use this brush to attack the entire upper of this shoe. Check this out, the uppers look a lot better. The shoe's actually black again. Right now what we're gonna do is let the suds sit on the uppers for a little while so it can continue breaking down the dirt. We're gonna take out the shoe tree so we can start scrubbing the insides of the shoe because the insides are filthy. Good to go with the insides, guys. Anything I might have missed, the washing machine will take care of for me. So now let's move on to the next brush, which is our medium all-purpose. We'll use this brush to take care of the midsoles, the tab, and the tongues. Medium brush works great. Now let's finish off this cleaning with last brush, which is our stiff bristle. Of course, we're going to use this brush on these soles. Alright, soles look great. Before we can wrap up this cleaning and put them inside the washing machine, we're going to grab our soft bristle brush real quick and scrub down these insoles before we can put them in the washer. This shoe is fully ready to go. It's fully pre-treated. Now what we gotta do is put this shoe inside our sneaker laundry bag so we can put them in the washing machine and get it fully deep cleaned and disinfected. To the washer. Time for the washing machine, guys. What we're gonna wanna do first is pop it open, put our shoe in, of course. Grab our handy dandy sneaker laundry detergent and pour 1 full ounce. Now, whenever you're using the washing machine on a pair of shoes, always use cold water with the regular cycle. Let's do that now. Alright guys, so we are back. Shoe is fully dried and clean. Let's go ahead and check it out. As you can see, the shoe is back to black. It is not brown and filthy inside and out. Got it fully disinfected and ready to go thanks to our 3-brush advanced sneaker system from Reshoevn8r. Now moving on with this restoration, we're going to focus on these midsoles. The midsoles on these have a latex type of paint. It's really hard to get off. I don't want to use acetone or daddy spray like I usually would, because when you use those type of chemicals on a black midsole like this, it gets really porous and it gets damaged. So the only other way to do it is by removing the paint with your fingers. It's time consuming, but it's the best way to go about it. Midsoles are fully stripped, guys. That took a long time to do. Under all that paint, these midsoles were covered in pores. It's super rough. I cannot paint it this way. The only way to get it back to smooth is by using some sandpaper and sanding it down. I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'll do that before I start painting. What we're gonna focus on right now is removing the yellowing all over the gray rubber on the sides and especially the toe cap area. We're gonna apply some Salon Care 40 and Saran Wrap. And of course, the sun. Ideally for this step, you want to use a paintbrush to apply the Salon Care 40. I can't find mine, so we're just going to use a cotton swab. Works the same exact way, but use a paintbrush. We are back. Thanks to the sun and the Salon Care 40, we were able to remove the yellowing off the rubber with no problem. Now we can move on to the next step, which is removing all the old glue from the separation. That way we could go in with the new glue and fix those areas. We're going to be using some acetone, cotton balls, and tape to do so. Good to go with that step. Now what we got to do is do some taping. That way we don't get any glue on areas that we don't want any glue. Glue's been applied. Now we gotta wait about 8 minutes before we can go in and clamp it together. Reglue looks really good, guys. Alignment is on point. Now we gotta do the exact same thing we did over here on part number 2 and part number 3. Let it sit for another 8 minutes and then we'll clamp it together. Time is up, let's clamp it. Part 2 is good to go. On to the last part of this review. one more time, let's clamp it together. All done with the gluing, guys. No complaints on that. Now let's move on to these midsoles. Like I mentioned earlier, these midsoles have a lot of pores all over. It's really rough in some areas. So what we're gonna do using some 400 grit sandpaper is sand it down, get it as smooth as possible. That way when we go in and paint it, it doesn't look as rough. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna look a lot better than what it looks like right now. All done with the sanding, guys. That took a good couple hours to do. Overall, they're pretty smooth, but there's still a couple of areas that are pretty rough. These black midsoles from Jordan brand are very poor quality. It's still very porous all around. So what we're gonna have to do is do some taping, start laying down our paint, and for the black paint, we're gonna have to add a couple of extra coats to cover up those rough areas. Taped up, let's lay down our flat black paint using an angular brush. Midsole repaint's complete, looks a lot better than I expected. The extra coat of paint definitely helped cover up the rough areas on the midsole. Now what we gotta do to protect this midsole repaint and bring back the original factory finish is spray it with some crystal clear outside. We got the finishers applied. Let's go ahead and remove the tape and move on to the next step. Almost done with this restoration, guys. We're making some good progress. What we gotta do next is work on this back tab. The back tab is super scuffed up. The Jumpman is faded off. What we gotta do is tape around it so we can repaint it using some black paint and my airbrush. All taped up once again. Now using my airbrush and some Jacquard black paint, we're gonna get this heel tab looking right. Tab is repainted. Now using a silver Sharpie, we're gonna go in and repaint the Jumpman and the air. All done with the heel tab, guys. It's so much easier to use a Sharpie instead of paint. Paint is very messy and it requires more coats. Stick with the marker. Now we gotta go outside and spray it with some Krylon matte finish. All done with the tab, guys. Let's go ahead and remove the tape and move on to the next step. Next step we're going to work on is the leather. During the prep work for the midsoles, I went over it with acetone and cotton balls, so the leather is fully prepped, ready to go. All we gotta do is lay down our black paint with an angular brush. Leather looks really good, guys. Now the last step we gotta do to wrap up this restoration is go outside with our Reshoevn8r Almighty mink oil and bring this elephant print back to life. Alright YouTube, that is going to bring us to an end on this full restoration on these black flip 3s. A ton of work went into them. Let's start with the first step I did was give the shoe a massive deep clean using our 3-brush advanced sneaker laundry system. I used all 3 brushes, our solution, and laundry bag to get this clean done perfectly. Got the shoe clean inside and out and got it from looking like this to this. Once it was all done and cleaned up, we moved on to removing the yellowing off the soles. We also re-glued the entire toe cap on the shoe, same thing on the side right here. That was a little tricky, but it came out on point. Once that was done, we repainted the midsoles. A ton of prep work went into it, a lot of sanding, but overall it came out really good. After that, I moved on to repainting the heel tab and used our mink oil to darken up the elephant print. This restoration turned out really good, but it does have some permanent damage that I just could not fix. For example, the leather sock liners. The leather sock liners are just peeling all around. Nothing I could do about that. This whole shoe was made from cheap quality materials. It's not the best shoe, but I did what I could. Other than that, I'm pleased with how this shoe turned out. You can find all the products you see right here at Reshoevn8r.com. Use my promo code in the description below to save some money. This is Vick Almighty. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next Monday.